Oh, who are we beating up? We are recording, by the way. Just so
Oh, no,
everybody
no, no.
uses fake names. But
I
we're,
didn't
we're
know we
beating up
started the
pizza.
recording. I was being. No, I thought Pizza was making fun of me.
Well,
We're beating up everyone in
we're not-
chat.
Hello,
there was
everyone.
no. Was.
Yeah, you were making fun of me.
Bit of a formula change. We're gonna be doing a kind of housekeeping, I guess is the word, session today. Does that make sense, gamers?
Nah.
Yes.
Okay. What's the word? Right now, we're trying to do more than one session a month. And that has so far failed, but next week we're gonna lock in. I did have some
Next week,
questions
trust.
for you. One little update: all of you have a special little writing assignment.
Oh.
Well, it's optional. I said that
I'm
it's
making him
optional.
do it.
Yeah.
No.
Everybody's
Maxine,
doing
it
it
is not optional
voluntarily.
it's not optional for Pizza. I'm making him do it.
I dropped out of college for a reason.
I preface this is optional. 5 out of 6 players have taken it very seriously, and I do appreciate that. And one player is being forced to do this. We're not going to name names.
I
But
was about to say, who's the one? And I was like, oh, it's me.
I'm pretty sure you've
we
made that
really
quite
got
obvious.
quite the crew here. But yeah, so I had a few questions for you. Part of it is somewhat related to that, but I can do that in private. But I guess the first one is about druids. And this is a little pointed towards the druid in our party, but also I am curious just what everyone else thinks. We are, at least in the mom game, sometimes now maybe it doesn't really feel like that much, but we are in a somewhat of a technological haven. Aside where we're just kind of writing away that all of the smartphones spying on you and this and that, and more or less we're in peace and harmony, and life is great as
So many air
Madison
quotes.
people.
So many air quotes.
But how do druids interact with things like cell phones?
I don't think that there's any issue with technology that a druid would have. I just
trees still exist.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a it's kind of a non-factor. If we're saying that technology exists in this world, modern regular old technology, I don't think there's
There's the limitation on weapons and armor and certain tools being made of metal druids can't use. So I guess where's the line is my question.
Well, I think it's what? Steel and iron, right? That's
in phones or
no
for the limitation.
The tools.
Oh no, I'm fairly certain it's any metals in tools and armor.
So I guess that would count silver,
gold. Like a copper
sword
or a gold sword would still be.
But are they affected by coins?
I don't think so.
Okay.
And you could hold a lot of coins. So
yeah, I feel like that would be debilitating.
What about aluminum?
Yeah, I think it's a stretch to say druids can't use cell phones.
Oh, I'm not saying they can't. I'm just asking what is the line of tool, weapon, armor versus everyday objects such as cell phones.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
I think everyday. Yeah, I was gonna say I think everyday object and.
Is a druid debilitated by using a fork?
No, I don't think so. No, well, a lot of them, at least as far as you and I in particular, as dungeon masters, have written them to use porcelain and wood for cooking and eating utensils.
I guess that's.
But I also think that would be crazy if you said they can't use like a cast iron skillet. To me, personally, like I think that feels more like an everyday object than like even if you like, let's say, I don't know.
Because it's like, how would you cook? You can't really cook in a wood implement. It doesn't work because
right.
Yeah,
you
exactly. Some wood
implements
for some specific things, I guess, but that really limits what your ability to like all.
You can't make a wood frying pan and it work.
Maybe not a frying pan.
Exactly. That's like I think weapons and armor I would say 100%, especially in like a setting like this where she wouldn't need to use them anyways, or druids in general don't necessarily need to use them anyways.
But I would say a cell phone is probably fine. Plus, like,
again,
let me take my case off. Let's see what my cell phone's like mostly like glass. Like it's got metal.
That's another thing, is a lot of it is glass now.
Yeah, a lot of it.
Which glass is fine.
No, mine isn't. Mine's aluminum. But there are like cell phones with glass backing.
But
the
I
screens
also
are
think
glass.
they
have like metal in it, like gold and shit. But like, I don't think it's in enough quantity for it to matter. Like a sword is a lot. Sword is a lot
of metal.
And so is plate armor, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
not really that much.
Yeah.
Like, what about cars? Like those are all metal. Saying they can't drive a car?
Yeah, like I was also going to say, taking into consideration the setting that we are in currently, I would also say giving druids a little bit more leeway to like use bikes, use cars, use cell phones.
I'm not. To be clear, this is not from a perspective of I am taking things away. I am simply asking because there are certain character interactions that we have alluded to happening in the future, and they will look dramatically different based on our collective ruling on this.
Yeah, and I think if I'm picking up what you're putting down, I'm
not picking anything up. I'm just looking at it as a pure DM perspective. It would be
retarded, right?
Stop trying to speak over me, please. Thank you. No, because I also think that for a specific character, specific characters would turn up their noses at other specific characters working more exclusively with metal.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, keep in mind we're talking strictly on like a rules basis right now, right? So the societal and opinions of different characters are going to be different things. There's always going to be like the fucking uppity druids that are gonna like tip their nose up at you and be like, "Oh, you're using a metal fork to eat with," you know?
Yeah, like I said, I don't think for me in like a modern setting type sense, it would make sense for druids to to be debilitated by like I said, metal forks or cell phones or cars. Again, but I also think I feel that way because it's a more modern setting. Like maybe in more of a regular high fantasy setting, I'd feel differently and be like, yeah, it's fine, but I think there's too much modern technology at play to be like, Jessie will never use a cell phone. She's already used a cell phone in the game, which is like...
No, absolutely. And again, not coming from a taking away perspective. I just wanted to pick y'all's brains on that. And also just because
the cell phones are something else because magic exists and like yada yada yada.
Well, there's also there's also workarounds like ironwood and stuff like that, which after it petrifies, it has similar characteristics of metal and this and that. What's the word? There's like ironwood swords and stuff like that. If you want to have like a druid that has a sword. But I think like dex weapons don't necessarily work for that kind of thing. But yeah, there was that. Was not
first... really a question of like weapons and stuff. We're talking about like all the other stuff. Like if a druid can't use like a metal weapon, that is what it is. That's what it's always been. But like being in a modern setting, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense because a lot of things are made out of metal just in general, like buildings
Yeah.
Exactly. I think
Nails,
that's
screws.
I
like
think we're all
everything.
agreeing with that.
Okay. Because there are certain characters that have put limitations on themselves, like outside of this ruling about it. I think I'm going to keep those, character limitations as they are, unless influenced otherwise.
Well, yeah, that makes sense because like people in real life be like that,
Yeah.
just like, oh, I vow I'm never going to use this and this and this because of I believe in
You
X.
could have
Z.
like literal like the Amish equivalent of, but make them druids where they don't use any technology because like they're fucking Amish or whatever.
Again, vegans.
Yeah, that actually brings me to my second point.
Vegans?
I originally designed this college to have like not necessarily like Hogwarts style houses, but more so like clan style class resources. Where in the Haven game, which is also on the channel and hopefully will resume soon, God's willing, there are like the Sorcerer's Sanctuary, the Druidic Grove, King, help me remember the cleric one. It had like a kind of
I'm not a cleric.
Celestial Heights, maybe? I don't remember.
I think that's it.
But for all of you, well, I guess except Hampta, because Hampta's class doesn't have any supports because it doesn't exist yet. But what do we think about? Do we want to make those more into like clubs where it's like optional for you to be a part of it, or like I had originally intended? Do you want there to be like an actual quote unquote curriculum for there, and we can have like one-on-one sessions for little side episodes if somebody misses a session or something like that? Just so everyone's still getting their time in the spot,
Sorry, damn. I was trying to talk and then got hit with a burp. That's
really
my bad.
you are pushed to talk. You could have just let the button go.
Yeah, but I was like mid thought, so if I undid it, I would have forgot. So we got to keep on trucking. So what I think it should be like, because like my character's a wizard. We know this. It's no secret. And I was under the impression that it was like the major that you were under. So you would have specific classes you had to meet requirements for to graduate as a wizard. And I guess they'd be more mandatory, like in a curriculum. Like,
yes, there is like sorry. Let me be a little more specific. The college is basically two or three parts, depending on how you want to split it up, of education at the same time. There are party-based classes, right, where your entire party, or at least the majority, has to show up and, do the assignments, whatnot. Obviously, we're not going to make it like real school where you have homework every day and it's a whole fucking thing. We're going to make it more fun than that, of course, and resolve a lot of things with dice rolls, because I would say the majority of us are dice goblins. Yeah, you. Also, if anybody would like to log in and check, I believe, fairly certain, that I fixed the dice stuff, so everyone can have their cutesy dice again. But yeah, so that's a sign of things to come.
That'd be fine.
So yeah, there's the party classes there, and then at the after sorting day, which is something that I believe only Jesse's character fully knows how that works. And Captain K, you and I can speak about that later, and you can tell the party or not if you'd like.
Is it like a sorting hat kind of thing?
A little more fanfare and like actual interaction, but yes, it more or less is you take not an exam per se, but you go through a series of tests, and the college will mark you a wizard, a sorcerer, and you will have like a specific class for that.
Does that's for all classes, like including martial classes, or
Yes. So like,
is it only casters?
so there is barbarian classes, which, you know, a lot of like the spellcasters would probably just look at it as fighter class, but you're angry. But it's not, you know, like in universe, it's not just about being pissed off, right? It's about channeling your rage and taming it, controlling it, etc. And also, you know, learning your subclass features as you go. Speaking of these classes, due to our frequent scheduling conflicts, I was thinking about possibly on the weeks that we miss sessions, maybe having 1 or 2 people have one-on-ones with me for their specific classes. So, and we might even do this week, depending on my availability and hopefully me feeling better, emotionally at least. You know, an example would be we'll take Pizza's class as a wizard, for example. The reasoning for certain material components and how to utilize them could be one of the lectures, or what's the word? Efficiently writing down what's the word? Is it just called copying spells into your spellbook? Is there like a name for that?
I think it's just copying spells.
Yeah, it's just copying spells
Okay.
into your spellbook. That's all.
But
I mean, we could come up with a name for it.
yeah, we could probably come up with
Like
a name for it. Transcription,
whatever.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, spell transcription sounds way cooler. But these classes not only serve as like this extended tutorial that I am giving the few of you who are newer to the game or have had perhaps not so positive experiences in the past, but if you do well in these classes, you will be able to get like actual rewards, right? Like things that will legitimately benefit your character and stay with you, and in some cases scale alongside your character.
So if Junie does a potions class, can she learn new recipes for new potions?
Exactly. That is 100% what I'm getting.
Recipe.
So yeah, like we'll take, actually that is a perfect example. Right now I am in the process of kind of making an alchemy system, but in the meantime, I have kind of made it into a I don't want to say a gotcha system.
No,
but
hey, it's a gotcha system.
Basically, yeah, thank you, Space Cat. That is a perfect example. Basically, bless you. Sorry, Catgirl is also not feeling great. She's laying in her bed right now.
Is she allergic to cats?
No. I don't think so. You're not allergic to cats, are you, love? She's shaking her head. We don't have a cat. Why would I ask that? What the fuck's the... Anyway.
Because then you couldn't visit us, because we will have pee-pee.
We will have pee-pee. And lots of pee-pee fuzz.
So much pee-pee fuzz.
Can y'all explain that? Because we are recording right now. Actually, no, don't explain it because it's funnier.
No, we're not going to.
It's so much better that the people don't know.
I mean, if they can't put it together at this point, we were just talking about an animal.
I'll send
Well, that's a little inappropriate to ask me, gonna be honest. Especially in front of your girlfriend. Crazy work.
Also in front of your girlfriend.
Also in front of my girlfriend.
Junie, Space Cat, said, whose pep are we looking at?
Yeah, so we're gonna move right along, actually. We're gonna move right on past that. Basically the way the alchemy system works right now is it's leveled potions, right? And I'm just gonna fully pull back the curtain. Levels 1 through 4 or 1 through 5 are just like, you know, common, uncommon, rare, very rare, and legendary, right? And as you get more, levels in Artificer, or if you just do a significant amount of alchemy training, you will level up in this alchemy system, and you'll be able to make, level 2, which would be uncommon potions, etc. But the way that you get recipes is you try and make, a brew, and then you roll on a D100 table. Obviously, there's not 100 potions. Actually, there might be 100 potions. I don't think there's 100 potions. But you get random.
Actually go.
Yeah, I actually don't
Wait,
know. I'm still in the process.
Is that what I told you about last time, where it was like a 1 to 10 scale of it actually doing something super random and horrible, or it doing exactly what I wanted it to do?
Yes. So you make a skill check, and then if you do really well on the skill check, you can tell me exactly what the potion is and skip. Like if you get a crit, right? You can tell me exactly what kind of potion you want to make. You skip the randomization process and you make that potion. And you get that added to your recipe book, right? And if you make a potion, have that potion in your recipe book. And then, instead of having to try randomly or hope, that you get that healing potion or a potion of haste or whatever, you can, just like call upon that specifically instead of gambling. But for new potions, there's levels of success, right? There is, we'll just use DC 10, DC 15, and DC 20, for example, right? If you get above a 10, you make a potion, right? No idea what it is, no idea what it does, until somebody tries the Dr. Elfine Forcewell method of tasting it.
Tried and tested.
Tried and true. 33 potions.
Oh, okay, yeah, easy. Yeah, easy. So easy. If you get a 15, then you can, you get 5 words to describe what this potion does. And, then you roll a D100. You also roll a D100 on the 10. And then if you get a 20 or better, then you can describe in 2 sentences what this potion does, and then you roll a much smaller table. But, in the case of you already having it, you just roll a skill check to see if you make it, and then for any potions you make, there is a gold cost. So the benefit of gambling is that making a random potion is extremely cheap, but you have no idea what the fuck's gonna, what's gonna happen. But making something is gonna cost a good bit more. It'll still be cheaper than buying the potions from merchants, as you, especially with you being an artificer, this is kind of a thing. But you just get, also the, what is your subclass? Because I believe that we had already talked about, like, just giving the alchemist profession to the other artificers to kind of buff them a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's what we decided. I don't know if I picked a subclass.
Do you have a subclass
Did I?
yet? You're still level 1.
can't.
So yeah, you don't have to worry about your subclass just yet.
Okay.
Next level. But I will run you through your other options. Also, you eventually can get, you get gunsmithing as something that you learn just as part of your class.
Damn, Blicky with a switch?
I pull out
At
like
school.
a fucking gun.
At school.
I'm like, sorry, did you guys want one of these?
This surely won't have implications for our story in the future. Not at all.
You're not putting. I'm not going to say what I was going to say because this is recorded. But
This
you're
is-
not adding what I. I hope you're not adding elephant to this game.
Let's just say that, I am the kind of DM who likes telling tragedies as much as I like telling.
God damn it, you're adding elephant to the game.
I don't know if I'm adding elephant to the game. I just know that there are some episodes that are gonna have to come with a content warning. I'll give it to you like that.
Pardon?
But what's the word? Another example would be or actually, to get back to what I was saying with the classes, Junie, your example of a benefit of doing really well in your classes is you could get 2 or 3 free recipes, or maybe if you just do okay in a class, maybe you just get a potion for free. You know,
Yeah, that makes sense.
in Pizza's case, right? He's a wizard. If he does like exceptionally well,
That's correct.
Uh, Cabin K.
MJ, you had me worried. You had me worried for a second. I'm so sorry.
No, not him. I have much greater plans for him.
No.
I have much greater plans for him. Sometimes the scariest things are the human things, by the way. But yeah. Actually, what is your subclass, Pizza? Have you decided on one?
I thought I did, but I don't remember.
Okay, well, let's just say you're an abjurer, right? Which
that
means
one
that
because I can't pronounce that. So
just follow me for a second, right? Let me. You're an abjuration wizard or an abjurer. What that? Do you need help, love? Okay. What that means is that when you're, doing spell transcription, any abjuration spells are 50% off your cost, right? Let's say, let's say that you do fantastic, right? You crit on your check for your weekly or your midterms. Or we'll say, yeah, your midterms, because this isn't too broken. And what that'll translate to is you're moved into AP classes and you test fantastic. And your mechanical benefit would be that you pick a second school that you get that spell transcription bonus for. And Lord knows it's probably going to be evocation because you want fucking fireball.
I mean,
who doesn't?
it's fireball.
I know. I'm just saying, but that would be your benefit. And I am thinking of ones for our marshals too. For example, our fighters could get an extra fighting style. Our barbarians. Our barbarians I've still been working on. But our rogues can get an extra skill in something, or maybe an extra expertise in something they're already proficient in. Maybe barbarians can get proficiency in a saving throw or something, because their whole thing is ruggedness and resilience.
I'm pretty sure they get that.
They get proficiency in extra saving throw?
Do we even have any barbs?
Not at the moment, but anybody can multi-class at any time.
Unless I'm crazy.
Also, what's the word? Multi-classing will allow you to take extra levels that other players don't get. But the problem is that all of your classes immediately become twice as hard. Maybe not literally twice as hard, but, thematically twice as hard.
Do you also have to pay more gold because you'd be attending more classes?
Yes, you pay 1.25 times standard tuition. Oh, speaking of tuition, thank you for reminding me, love. Jobs. So we've already seen how Locke's job works, right?
Quote chip.
Does
Self-employment.
he make money? Do people pay him to provide a good or a service? Because that's what makes him a professional.
Exactly. And professionals have standards.
So Space Cat?
Hey, I wasn't the one who got arrested.
I was gonna say, I have an idea for Junie's job because she's really into research. I wanted her to do something with books, maybe in the library.
Sure, she could be a
They have a
library
library?
assistant. You
Library
can.
assistant.
You can be a research assistant, which
Oh, that might be better actually.
I do want to let you know, research assistant pays pretty piss poor, as any actual research assistant role does, but you get a lot of access to school resources. And you can also get access to information that might be useful.
Like information that would help her in her classes type of thing?
More so like extracurricular things about, you know, for example, why the hell is the lunch food so goddamn nasty? And everybody that works in the mess hall is such an asshole.
Could it help her in a way to learn bonus potions, or is that from her classes only?
You know, I would say that if you roll well, you can definitely get an extra recipe or two, or I'll give you like the choice between like, you know, something that might be relevant to one of the plot threads we've got going on, or something that benefits your character. And of course, those questions will be asked privately so that, you know, certain fellas, because I trust the ladies on this one, won't pressure you to make a certain decision.
Okay. Also, before I forget, anytime Junie makes a spell, she's gonna say, "Let me cook." Now.
That's amazing. Oh, spellcrafting. That's another thing. Our spellcasters do not currently have access to spellcrafting yet, but it is a class that you can find. It's not something that you can just sign up for in the course. Jessie's character would definitely know that it exists, but even she wouldn't know who the professor is, as it's contractual. It's contractual for all the staff to not divulge that to students, no matter how much they love their wonderful daughters.
Speaking of jobs, if Jessie were to apply for a job, she would want to do something at like the fitness center, like reception or like, you know, just like gym attendant, basically. Like,
sure.
Fun fact: I was a fitness center receptionist in college the first time I did it, so it's a chill little job.
I would say jobs may be a little more difficult for our Madison mommies, as they are a little tied up with practice a lot of the time, but we can definitely work on fitting it all in. You might be like it might be one of those things where you just get a slightly harder check for your classes, like the DC goes up by 1. Just so that, because you're fitting more in your schedules, you know?
Yeah, I was gonna say Jessie also isn't doing anything probably like, I don't mean to say she doesn't care about school, but I feel like it would be in character for her to like have a job, have the volleyball team, and like her grades are like
put on the back burner.
Yeah, like I don't mean to say she cares less about grades, but like
you could say that she definitely focuses more on the team and her job. That's, you know.
Like, I don't think she would intentionally let her grades suffer, but like it might just be like that.
Yeah. You know, not to pull too far back on the curtain, but I am stealing and modifying a very famous Dungeon Master's system for juggling classes and work, and extracurriculars. Though I will not have the burnout system on your freshman year of college. That will be, or I guess technically it's your sophomore, so it's 3 years, but that will be coming after you graduate.
I mean, it's still freshman because it's our first year. It wouldn't be sophomore if it's only 3 years.
Yeah, how does that work?
I was also going to say, for Jessie's case specifically, she also may not take a job right away. Like, she doesn't technically need a job to, like, be able to, like, let's say, afford school or whatever. But, like, extra spending money for her would be nice to have and would probably make her feel better.
What's the word? There's also things that you can take on as a party. None of your characters have found this yet, but I would say that pretty much all of you know that there are like different kinds of contract boards within the school. As you know, nothing like the Rat Quest from Morrowind for my older gamers in the chat. But more along the lines of like providing, for our more martially adept, providing extra security and like volunteering at school events can do things such as grant you, single-use magic items or reduced school tuition, that kind of thing. The school doesn't really like handing out cash, but they will pay you in their own way.
Chat, does Necklace of Fireballs count as a single-use item?
Yes, it is, because you can have one single bead on it. Also, I can't wait for Yez to meet the school store attendant. I think I did really well.
Casually giving a kid a bomb.
Trying to think of anything else in particular. Also, do any of you have questions about the setting? Anything that needs clarification, that kind of stuff? I'll jump out at once now.
I don't think if there's any questions.
Okay. Because I don't know. I guess I am. There's a few that I've been working with extensively, and some of which that I would like to work with a little bit more. But I suppose we can get to that when we get there. Is there anything else that anybody wants to touch on during housekeeping, I guess?
I think anything that you and I have to go over is not housekeeping, but it's more like my character's lore specifically.
Yeah. Flo, I've noticed that you've been silent this whole interaction. Are you just like tied up at work or what's going on? Oh, we also need to lock down your subclass and get that working. That's something I definitely have to do.
First off, you have my subclass. Second off, I said I was out.
No, I know that you said you were out. I just didn't know if you had anything to say about any stuff going on. I mean more like get it in the game itself. Are you okay with me spoiling it for everyone else or no?
Sure.
It's Genie, right?
Yep.
Okay. Oh man, I can't wait.
Also, I think we talked about it, but didn't finish or something. But yeah, I can't add my subclass.
Oh, what the fuck? It's right here. Hold on.
It's not the way that's supposed to be added.
Oh, MJ,
Oh,
is
'cause
this
you
Foundry open at the moment?
Yeah, Foundry is open.
Foundry is open.
Because I don't know if I can do this or if you have to do this, but remember how we talked about I need an extra cantrip because the one that I originally picked was also the one that came with my subclass, and I kind of forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
So we settled on giving me an extra one. Or not an, I guess it's not technically an extra one, but I don't have the other one that I said I was picking. And I don't know how to change that on Foundry.
1 second. Let me expand spell list. Okay. Yeah. So what happened was you accidentally marked yourself as a Jesus Christ. 2024 Warlock, which does not have the Genie subclass. So that is fixed. You do have to fix your spell list, I think. Yeah, you do have to fix your spell list, but that we can do later. Oh wait, you actually don't fully have access to your spells yet. That's what it was. But yeah, we have that subclass on there now. Okay, I've got Jesse's sheet open. Jesus Christ, I'm like fully short circuiting. Can you hit me with that again? Sorry.
Oh no, we're trying to see if we could do it on our end first. It was just about. I told you you didn't.
I had access to it. Where'd it go?
I could just log into my thing.
Gotta back out.
Hold on. There you go.
Just give me access and I'll.
I didn't trust him with your character sheet without your explicit permission, but I trusted you with his because, you know, he's a moron. I'd say I hate to say it, but I don't, actually.
Do you enjoy saying it?
I wouldn't go that far. So what are we working on?
I'm adding her a cantrip. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
It was the one. Remember how I said that I picked what's the one that's I picked one that I get through my subclass anyways, so I need to add a different one, and I never added Spare the Dying.
Okay. Do you need? Okay. Wait. Why are you adding it manually? Like. Okay. Yeah. 1 sec. Let me.
Yeah. No, I was going to, and then I realized we have compendium.
Yeah. Let's do that right now. Spells. Spare. Dying. Go.
Oh, okay. What we got in there? Goddamn.
New item. Edits. Okay. So it's marked as unprepared right now. Just ignore that. Oh, it says that you have 5 spells prepared. So you do have to take a look at that. Wait, what spells? 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the 5th one? Cure Wounds, Tangle, Fairy Fire. Oh, and Ice Knife. Okay, so yeah, you do have 5 spells prepared when you only have 4 slots to prepare them in, so just be mindful of that. Also, just so you know, every long rest you can change them. But just in the meantime, I will need you to remove 1.
Yeah, no, I think I don't remember taking off Fairy Fire, so I might have done that by accident.
Good.
Yeah, everything actually looks correct now. So
Perfect. Okay, so
I'm just not super familiar with Foundry, so that's why I was like, I don't think I actually know how to add a cantrip to my own sheet, or if I'm even able to do that. But now it is fixed.
It's a bit of a complicated process to like. Actually, I don't know if y'all have access to the compendiums. But yeah, for spells and stuff like that, I can definitely help you. What's the word? It's just that leveling up for you and Junie are going to be particularly interesting, we'll say. In that, you know, you and I, or she and I, have to add your entire spell list for your next level. Aside from restricted spells, what's the word? Like Wish, and that kind of thing. don't get automatically added, even if you get them from your class or subclass, aside from features like magical secrets and stuff like that, which even then you would have to roll a check, but nobody's barred anyway. So, but yeah, triple checking. Anybody have any further issues, questions, comments about the character sheets? Also, because you're logged in, can you please give me a test roll of one of your dice, or all of them if you'd like? Okay, sweet. They're all looking pretty again. Okay. I'm gonna say that that's gonna be it for our little half session. Unless there's any last minute anything, just want to say again, thank yous for your patience with me today, and that I love yous. And Pizza, do you want to make a loud noise so that you and Captain K, when you're listening to this, wake up like you did last time?
To be fair, last time I thought you stopped recording, and my bad for scaring the shit out of Pop. Not that almost did it.
Yeah, almost.
I almost
The
did
boss.
it. But
Why are you?
did it get that?
Yep, you got it. Well, if to the future, whoever is listening, if you're listening, or if you just woke up, I don't know, get fucked, I guess.